He's trying to make something happen, Hami, but you need that little bit of patience at times. Still very early on in this game. You don't have to force it just yet, especially in those situations where Indonesia have got themselves settled in that defensive block. So players are already organized in those positions. And there's very little movement from Singapore in terms of the supporting players. They're not moving themselves into channels where they can receive a pass. Here comes Alfayandra. Amazingly, thinking he could go for goal there. I mean, he's even gotten a smile out of Shin Tae-yong. Ambitious, I would say. Yeah, not really worth analysing, is it? I think the better option would have been a cross. I'm not sure what Steve would have felt about that. That reaction from Shin Tae-yong, though. Here's Irfan. Now Haris Harun. Short pass there from Sanam, but they've got away with it. Now Hafiz. Overlapping run from Lorada. They'll get a corner. Singapore first corner. And you know, this is where they can be dangerous. A good run forward from Norada. From Karan Mastawi. He's always going to be on hand to offensive and defensive situations. Taken quickly here by Singapore. Shot out. Want to try and keep that alive. Singapore make very little out of that corner. I'm just looking for variation on the corner routine there. Singapore.
Harus 2-1 menang Singapura
go back to that first leg. They were winning the first
karena dia dibobol di
from
kandangnya
set
kemarin.
piece situations. Just weren't able to capitalize. Even in the first half. They weren't at their best. That's right. And
begitu.
in a situation like that where you've got Safwan, you've got Haris, Irfan up top, looking to challenge and try to win a ball that could come in. It's a little bit disappointing that you go for a short corner routine.
Singapura biasa dia babak pertama dia kasih
Technique is not quite right. Bit of a wasted opportunity. Good work from Zulkarnain.
Tidak pakai agregat dia.
Hafiz Noor. To Norada. To Amy Reka.
Langsung ada penalti saja kemarin. Van Dimas tidak masuk sini,
Get a grip on this match.
Oh, masih ada dia.
28 minutes have flown by here.
Ini siapa namanya ini yang penyerangnya itu yang bagus itu juga?
Jaya.
Iya. Tidak ada.
Main juga. Kemarin kan iya.
Here's Amy Reka.
Dua bola.
Norada. Ball is given away by Hami. Here come Indonesia again. That man, Fernando Ranga. Shadow's point was he was already going down, Rick. Yeah. A little bit soft. But you know what Alfredo Dewanga is doing there? He's just stopping it, inviting that hand to come across, and he's going to go down. It's an arm across, and the referee sees that arm across. It looks like an impeding player, which he is, and he's going to blow for a free kick. Free kicks, haven't they? Had Indonesia. Risky. With a risky pass. Yes. Sorry, a couple of those. Yeah. I was waiting for one of us to say it. So it was excellent, risky in the back five against Vietnam. Mike won't get there. Let's go fun.
Got a sprint.
Shin Tae-yong not letting up here his players. Felt that Singapore played better against Indonesia than they had in the entire group stage in that second half in particular. One game from him. Now, this is the weapon that they have used a fair bit in this tournament. It's Pratama Arhan, particularly here at the National Stadium when there's a bit more space to run in for the throw-in. We've done something a little bit different here. Here's the Banga. Well, that was a really interesting throw-in. I know everyone's expecting the long throw into the box. He changes it up. But I wonder if that was meant for Ramai Rumakek or whether it was for Alfiandra, because it made its way all the way through to Alfiandra. Almost worked out really well for them. So they're varying things up a little bit here today, Indonesia. More ways than one. Here's Irfan. There's a summary of what's happened so far. That 12-minute goal by Ezra Walia has given Indonesia an aggregate lead here. Life for ball out to Norada, who heads it into the box. Bearing down. It's cleared away. He's trying to get himself into positions in front of defenders, looking to try and link the play in these attacking areas. Wonderful ball from Haris Harun, wasn't it? That diagonal. Again, looking to attempt another one. It's another delightful crossfield pass by the Singapore captain. Brilliant work, isn't it, to Zulkarnain? Well, so are you. Got a shot there now. Trying to pass in. Could have two minds there. Good options. Shot on as well. Singapore, though, have seemed to get a little bit more to grips with this game, Rushan. Well, they're starting to have a bit more of the ball. Starting to look to try and find these gaps in that Indonesian defense, and perhaps being a bit more patient, going around that Indonesian shape rather than through the middle. Good ball into Song Wei-yo as he get the cross in. No, he doesn't. That a little bit of quality is missing at the moment in those attacking positions. Would that be on the bench then, some of that quality you're talking about? Yeah, I mean, you look at this here, it's a nice idea, but he's got far too much on it. Song keeps himself onside. Could have been in behind. You know, these key moments, these key situations. Technically, you need to be sound in those areas, in those positions. And unfortunately, it's not quite coming off. We've seen Singapore lose possession a little bit in those areas, looking to always try and play that killer pass, and that killer pass is not quite coming off. Closing down by Norada to win the ball back. Here comes someone. Crowd getting excited. Foul, says the referee. Nice dummy from the referee as well. As Indonesia look to break forward. Singapore win it back. Good work by Norada. Not on the left-hand side, winning the ball and initiating the counter. Singapore trying to take the game to their opponents now. There's Kambuaya. Now Ezra Walia.
Stadion mana dia main ini kayak anu sekali.
Lovely vision to get that across, but it is offside. Witan Sulaiman's come onto this left-hand side for a bit. And he's not offside, says Shin Tae-yo. Ramai Rumakek has gone down as well, and that was really good vision from Rahman. Intelligent ball in behind the Singapore defence. Here Song is cutting inside, and good challenge, clean challenge. Nice dummy from the referee as well. He was right there. Really good challenge from Rizky. Well timed, got all of the ball. Nothing wrong with that. Singapore with twice as many fouls at the moment than the Indonesians. And that's normally a complaint level that the Indonesians, so they foul a lot. Some of the other countries. Here's the goal again. Yeah, Witan, I mean, he just gets the goal side here on Safwan, and he's stronger, and he doesn't panic. You wonder there in that situation if Irfan could have come across quicker, just identified the danger a little bit earlier. But Witan, I mean,
dia bikin gol William.
the work that he's done there it's wonderful. I mean, the composure in those moments. This is what I'm talking about. Key situations, key area of the pitch where you can make a difference, and he's made it because he's kept his composure, he's kept his quality. He's drawn Hassan out from goal, and even though you've got a big goalkeeper like Hassan Sani coming out and spreading himself at you like that, he's still been able to get his head up and find a pass into Ezrawalian for the finish.
It's not particularly pleasant viewing from a Singapore perspective. Play on, says the referee. And look at that. Let's run down the middle. From Hutan.
Gantara sekali kok.
Challenge from Safwan, you know.
Indonesia.
And that was the gap between Safwan and Haris. I was pointing it out to you just before it was played. Hutan was making a run into that space, and Safwan saw it and came across, which is credit to him coming across to identify that. It's a clean challenge. I think he's very unfortunate, Safwan. He gets all of the ball. I think he's unfortunate, Safwan. He spots the danger, he comes across to cover the space. He's won the ball there. Very unfortunate. It's a good challenge.
I think it didn't help him that he kind of went over the ball, didn't he? He got the ball, went over it. Well, the referee didn't quite spot that, but it is a yellow card.
Di Thailand kemarin kan dia Indonesia dulu pertama dia kasih gol.
9 minutes till half time.
Dia
a free kick in a good area here.
Indonesia dulu pertama juga, babak pertama juga.
Di Singapura dia main ini, Bang.
Irfan still saying he got the ball.
Tetap di Singapura main ini tapi tetap kandangnya.
He's not going to change his mind.
Banyaknya pemain-pemain
See what
Indonesia belum
Indonesia
bisa
do here.
masuk Piala
Rumah
Dunia.
and
Dan bisa pernah kalah Jepang dengan Korea.
Oh, they've done something a little cheeky there. Safwan got a yellow in the first leg as well. With that second yellow, that is a problem for Singapore. Something to think about later on, though.
Empat orang lagi mau ambil Indonesia.
Yeah, I wonder if it
dari Belanda.
might just have taken a when it came through real time. I was just wondering if he could have taken a bit of a deflection. I mean, Song sticks out a leg. Fortunately for Singapore,
Tapi bagus sih mainnya.
straight down the middle.
Basel itu ya yang empat itu.
Baru masih muda semua.
Iya. Itu yang main di Spanyol gitu.
Kesempatan, Ya, ada Iping kamu itu.
Good defending from Irfan. Put himself into position early and then came sliding across, and he had to get this challenge right. Not quite sure why the flag went up. I think perhaps the assistant referee thought there was a push on Irfan, but actually it was Irfan who was going down to ground to make that challenge. I think he got a little bit nervous when he saw the assistant referee put his flag up. Really good clean tackle though.
And they've won the ball back here. Witan Sulaiman, brilliant again. That's been excellent, hasn't he? Here he is on the ball. He plays his football in Poland with Lechia Gdansk. With the pace of that, Asnawi. He did all the hard work. He's never hit the cross.
Yeah, but they're going to take this opportunity here to try and put the pressure on. Now Singapore's right-hand side. The best of crosses, but if you want to take something positive out of it, you could say, well, at least it's still deep in Singapore territory, and they can apply pressure and win it back, which they've done here.
It's risky. Now Fakhruddin. Pretty quiet for him at the back there, Nadio. The Indonesian goalkeeper, Song Wei-young, trying to close down. A little bit better from Singapore there. Witan Sulaiman.
Ayo, kosong.
Still Witan.
Iya. Aduh.
Kanan sedikit nanti.
Lovely touch on there from Shadan. Just comes straight back at them.
Just Witan Sulaiman looks so dangerous every time he's
Orang
got
kau
the ball.
William. Siapa ini kau?
Berat sekali.
Whether it's playing a pass, whether it's running with it.
Song Wei-Yoon.
Ah.
Run from Hafiz. Now Hafiz will he go for goal? Here he does. But it's at a perfect height. There's that ball, Emi Reka, who goes down that look.
Untung tidak penalti. Hampir.
He's asking for it. The crowd are as well. Tatsuma is furious.
Masa dia lihat-lihat.
A bit of confusion in the Indonesian
Buang
defense.
saja ke.
Defender and goalkeeper both leaving it for each other to take care of the situation. And it was Emi Reka who was alert, alive to that, looking to punish Indonesia for that hesitation in defence.
Controversy in the first leg for a penalty not given. Let's see on the replay what happened there. Irfan not impressed with Witan Sulaiman.
Well, lovely work from Singapore here in the counter-attack. A long ball played forward, flicked on into Song initially.
Bisa aja ni. Dia cuma lihat ke.
Pushes it out.
Astaga.
Rahmat
Untung.
is hoping for
Kalau
his
duluan
goalkeeper
tadi
to come
sampai
out and
kakinya
claim that.
penalti.
I don't think it's a penalty. I think when you look at how he wins the
Untung
ball,
duluan kakinya dia.
comes across.
Weh, penalti.
He's connected with Emi Reka first, hasn't he? Before winning the ball. My apologies. You know, there's a shout there. There's a penalty shout. Again, it's a legitimate appeal from Singapore for that one.
Well, if you're counting these, it's one apiece.
Does it cancel? Is it one of the things where they say cancel each other out?
I think people just want the right decision, right? Whenever they can. But look, we've had to look at it again.
Yeah.
We've had 3 times now we've looked at it. So there's that.
Well, it's a world without VAR, which some people are happy with. When decisions don't go for you, then you ask for it.
Have a chat with Park Hang-seo.
Yeah.
Well, it is a corner here for Indonesia.
Tidak tinggi-tinggi di Singapura juga. Mau sama lagi. Gol.
Punched away by Hassan when he looked like he could have caught that. Pratama Arhan. Here's Ramai. Now Kambuaya. Oh, it's done well here, Kambuaya. And it's no worry,
Tidak siap.
just in time. Right, Irfan.
Siapa itu
What a
William?
challenge for Shadan.
Tidak siap dia.
You know what the situation? A wonderful run from Ricky Kambuaya here first, and just go back to the penalty shout.
Coba dia
Maybe
siap.
after this, Ricky Kambuaya, lovely work, quick feet. There's
Kalau
the
dia siap,
situation we couldn't quite
menonton dia.
find Ruben get with the pass, and then an important challenge from Shadan. I want to kind of explain the referee's thinking on why he perhaps didn't give that penalty, but remind me to come back to it after this corner.
Indonesia looking to finish this half as strongly as they started it. This time he does take a clean catch and a quick distribution up to Shadan Sulaiman.
Malas kapnya ini kan.
Emi Reka will not get that. Nadia with one key save in this first half of Hafiz Noor. Came at a perfect height. Yes, Roshan, come on.
Yeah, so from where I'm sitting, and I'm a lot further away from the action than where the referee is, it looked like it was a clean challenge because he came away with the ball, right? But on closer inspection, on the replays, which obviously the referee doesn't have access to, handball there, what he's seeing, perhaps from his point of view, is the challenge has come in and he's won the ball. So the player, Emi Reka, has gone flying, but what he's perhaps seeing from his line of sight is he's won the ball and the ball's there, defenders won it, so it's a clean challenge. But again, in the VAR world, if you go back and look at it, you would highlight it to the referee. If you're VAR, you would highlight it to the referee as a clear obvious error.
Yeah.
I think you've missed this, depending on what the referee describes, of course, but I think he would have said, no, I didn't see the first contact with the Singapore attacker. then you look at it and say, go review it on the screen. So I don't know why we're talking about VAR. We don't have it, so it's pointless, isn't it?
Well, it's 2 clear penalties in this semi-final over both legs. Just a 1 minute amount of time here. Rama did pretty well there, I have to say. Singapore will get a free kick. Last chance here in the first half to try and draw level.
Ruben Kip was trying his best. It's good work from those 2 Singaporean players. They're not giving up. Zulkarnain and Henry Rekha working hard, and they've done well to win a free kick. The nonsense of the ball there between Safwan and Rizky. Elbow pushing and shoving there. You can see Rizky and Safwan. Rizky wants to make absolutely sure they've gone man to man there in those situations that he's not going to allow Safwan to get away from him. Referee decided that he's going to have a word with both players.